All right, it's Ron Goodall, FightHype.com. I'm here with my man Lonnie B. We're at the world famous DLX Boxing out here.
The best gym in Las Vegas, hands down.
And just why is that? Just from your expertise, you know?
Well, because Lonnie B here. I mean, that's the main reason. No, I'm just kidding. We got a lot of good fighters coming out here. It's a family feeling. We not only do we train here, it's like family here. Ain't no telling what you're gonna see in DLX. You might see us argue, train clients. Ain't no telling who might walk through the door. So it's a good vibe. It's comfortable. TV. And what else can I say?
So I'm going to jump right into it, right? Granted, we spoke a little bit about it, and now the whole Devin, Haney, Gervonta Tank Davis sparring footage that got leaked out by Ryan Garcia. Did you get a chance to obviously see it?
Yeah, I seen it, yep.
The clipped up version, like all over the place, like from showing Tank's angle of just...
Yeah. Well, if you've seen, Devin even said, they ain't post no edited clip. Devin, I believe he said that, right? He posted on his thing. He said
he did.
Yeah, he said that's not an edited clip. You know what I'm saying? So I was 16. I thought he was 18, but he was 16. And like I said, it's sparring and happened, but those two kind of fighters, what happened in sparring don't really mean nothing because, I mean, you hear all the time a fighter got the best of a fighter in sparring, then when they fought, it was a different story. You know what I'm saying? So anybody can have a bad day in sparring. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Ryan posting that clip, that really threw me for a loop because he a fighter. I'm pretty sure he had bad days in the gym. Even with Rolly.
I mean, the footage came out with...
even though I think Ryan's a better fighter than Rolly, but that video that they posted, Rolly was getting at him. I mean, that's just a bad day in the gym. Everybody believe it or not, I've been knocked out in the gym before. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, but when we fight, watch what's going to happen. So Ryan kind of threw me for a loop. Maybe it was a mind game or something he was trying to play. But I don't think that affected Devin. If Devin the champion that I believe he is, I think that winning one and out the other, he's like, okay, we fighting. And my thing is this, you're not Tank, so you posting that. Okay, Tank may got the better of me in sparring, but I'm undisputed. Technically, Tank is not even a real world champion if you want to be technical. Devin is undisputed. At 35 and 40, am I
only undisputed at 35, but champion
30.
in 140. Got the WB Silver Regis.
Okay, well, undisputed champ at 135, you know what I'm saying? So it was like Devin was undisputed. He's accomplished so much in between that time. I can't see that getting to him.
Now, you were at the actual sparring.
Yeah, I was there. Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, the sparring was an urban myth at a point. And at this point, Ryan decided to leak the footage out. So now there's a lot of discussion because it's clipped up in so many different
facts. But Ron, you ask yourself this: where did he get that footage from? Who do you think he got that footage from?
I mean, there's only probably
because he wasn't there. So you ask yourself, where did he get this footage from?
Well, I mean, a lot of people are speculating Floyd.
Wow. Just wow. Can't trust nobody in this boxing, man.
I mean, wouldn't you how would I say it? Wouldn't you say it was his attempt of art of war? I guess we have an interview with Tony Harrison, and he mentioned that, that's what you do with an opponent. Like, you get in their head psychologically. And I guess
okay, I get that part. But, just speaking for me personally, how I get in the fighter head is by hitting them. Okay, you can do all the antics, but when I hit you, I'm going to be in your head for sure.
But this is prior. You can frustrate a person, maybe get them off their game, right? Not saying that it'll get Devin off his game, but...
Right. No, I get
Devin, a person who gets affected by that, let's say if they're a boxer, might want to come forward. I think Kambosos, when he fought Tio, I mean, I'm only assuming, but he might have gotten... And Tio said a little bit, because he might have not fought the best style for Kambosos. It seemed like he kind of aggressively came at him. A little too rough in that first round, which led to that knockdown.
But I kind of disagree because that's Teofimo's style. He's aggressive. That's Tio's style. He'll be a puncher. He's trying to get you up out of there. You know what I'm saying? And he got a big heart. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's naturally his style. I just think with the health issues he had, I think that's why that happened. But I think if they fought now, I think he decapitates Gambosis.
All right, so what's the fight where I guess the mind games played into someone, right? There has to be, but I guess that's all I'm just trying to think. It's just
I gotta say, I think Floyd played good mind games with guys with the I'm undefeated. There's no blueprint how to beat me. Like I think that's like a good tactic he doing with all the trash talk and the stuff. And sometimes you know what's crazy? Sometimes the media help with the mind games because they pump up one guy and say, oh, he's this, he's great, he's that, he's that, he's that. I think the media plays more effect on somebody's mind than the actual fighter. Because sometimes they say stuff that's just basically not true. And when you're a fighter, only a fighter will understand is when you going into a ring and they showing clips of a guy destroying the guy, and then they saying how good he is and all this stuff, and then you know you about to fight him. It's like, oh man, you don't want to be a highlight reel.
like a Mike Tyson effect,
right. So you really got to be more mentally strong as far as the media. I think they play more mind games unintentionally than actual fighters do.
Well then, so with using the word media and clipped up of like, you know, it looked one-sided in the sparring footage. I mean, was it one-sided for when you were there? Like, did the clips represent the fight, the sparring, accurate? Because there's a lot of details that people say that happened, you know, after.
I mean, Devin had some moments, but the overall sparring, Tank did his thing. Well, I'm not gonna say Tank did his thing because he was sparring a kid. You know what I'm saying? So Tank is a fighter. I just say he's a fighter. Tank is a fighter. So he did what a fighter is supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it don't count. We want to see it when it count now. When they go into the history books. That's what I want to see. And I'm pretty sure other fans want to see that too. Because that's where it counts. Like I said, what you do, I'm a fighter. So what you do in sparring, maybe if I was a fan, I would be. But what you do in sparring literally means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. To a degree. Let me not say it means nothing. It actually means something to a degree. You know what I'm saying? But on fight night, you got to do it again on fight night. And that's where it counts because you get paid and it go into the history books and then the world. And now it actually means something. That's something that people going to remember forever. Sparring is something that people remember forever too, but they don't get paid for it. So in my book, it don't count.
You know, when it came down to it, they mentioned that Devin got the better of Tank at the second half, you know, at that point where Devin came strong, and that's where the money was exchanged between Bill and Broner, which I'm assuming that you didn't see the exchange. You know, there's so many people there, but based off the story is Tank started strong, had Devin out on his feet at a moment. Broner had to stop.
Okay, I'll say this. Well, tell them to post that side of it.
Do you think they have the footage?
I mean, so you think they got Tank's half but not Devin's half?
Well, all right, so I'll play the devil's advocate. On their end, they're like, we can't come in, we can't film. No one was allowed to film, but Floyd's people, and hence why Floyd has the footage, and we don't have any footage. And if we did, we would post it. You think that's, or you just think that the sparring represented what it was, and that?
I mean, I think it represented what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when you're dealing with a fighter and fighter's ego, like me being a fighter, if somebody posted, I spar with a ton of fighters, right? And if a fighter posted that he posted his good round of crushing me, I'm like, oh, okay, that's what we doing? So now I'm going to post all the rounds I crushed you. Like, you had one good round, but look at all the other stuff.
So you think they also have the footage? Because I know there's other cameras. If you look carefully, there's cameras.
Yeah, come on, man. They got the footage. Tell them to post Devin's side. That's how we squash that. But that's neither near or there. I want to see him fight.
Well, I'm granted, I'm just clearing up because
because like me, I'm an actual fighter. So me, I've had bad
sparring.
I've had bad days in the gym. So it's like a fighter. Like, I ain't gonna fight you because I beat you up in the gym. Like, okay, I had a bad day in the gym. Okay, big deal. Some days you wake up, you don't feel like sparring. Some days you be like, yo, I don't feel like doing this today. You know what I'm saying? Fighters go through mentally just to get through training. Like, some days we don't feel like training. So, you know what I'm saying? So you can slip one in on me. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you a real story of something that really happened. I ain't ashamed of it. I was sparring Sean Porter. Dropped me. Hit me around and shit. Boom. Dropped me. I'm like, oh, snap. You know what I'm saying? Like, it happens. But then I go and beat Uskatagi. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I want to see him fight.
Well, I guess, well, okay. The reason why I go into because we want to see Devin and Tank fight, right? Granted, if Devin gets past Ryan,
yes,
which I think the bookies have him as a clear favorite.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're saying based off the sparring that the clips was accurate, and this was a long time ago, Devin's 16, I believe, Tank's 20. So if you do the math, I mean, realistically, 16-year-old coming up versus grown men, they should be not really winning those type of exchanges and those type of fights when they're kind of both elite blue chip prospect kind of like fighters. So if you're saying that the clips represented the actual sparring, do you think psychologically that can play a factor? Because that's what sparring, I guess, rivalries are, right? Because like
play a factor against who fighting Ryan?
No, not Ryan. But it's just like, I don't know. I don't know if there was a case where you sparred someone, got your ass whooped, and then fought them and thought, damn, like, I gotta fight this dude. Because that's I think that's what the perception is, right? I think that's why people were so invested because, yes, he was 16, Tink was 20. But it's the matter of, like, how does that affect the psychological or that confidence edge? Like, oh, I spanked little homie because that's kind of Tank's energy and vibe.
It doesn't because actually it can be a cop-out. It can be a cop-out. Be careful because it can be a cop-out. Like, oh, I beat you up in sparring already, so I don't got to fight you. What? Are you serious? Look at everything Devin's accomplished since then. So, because you did something 10 years ago, that don't mean nothing. I give you a perfect example. Roy Jones and Antonio Tarver. Heard when they was amateurs, Roy put it on him. But when they went pro, and I'm just I could be wrong on that, but when they went pro, Tarver gave the great Roy Jones his first loss. You know what I'm saying? So I said that to say, like, the years, like something that happened 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? You learn so much in that time. You know what I'm saying? You get more confident throughout the years. When you fall and got to pick yourself back up, it's like, you know, it makes you stronger. I don't think that's messing with Devin's confidence. I don't think so. If he's the fighter that I believe he is, I don't think that's messing with his confidence.
You know, from you being at the sparring to seeing who he's developed now, like, do you feel that that's the energy that Devin came leaving that gym? Like, oh yeah, I picked myself up from taking all these tough shots because, you know,
I just think he was just inexperienced at the time. You know what I'm saying? That's all that was. I just think he was. You see, he ain't quit. I just think he was inexperienced at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he was inexperienced, and I think he's a totally different fighter now. He's proved it. He ain't ducking no smoke. That's what I respect about Devin. He ain't ducking no smoke. He trying to fight. He ain't ducking no smoke. You know what I'm saying? So I respect him as a fighter. Like him, he ain't ducking no smoke. T.O. ain't ducking no smoke. These guys looking to fight whoever. They ain't ducking no smoke. And me personally as a fighter, I respect that.
From seeing them as, like, young, when Tank was a young adult and Devin was kids, how, like, a percentage of increase of talent, and they're, like, let's say, like, they were both a 1 at that point. Where would you rank Tank now from being at that actual sparring from 1 through 10? Like, is he, like, Devin go to from a 1 to an 8 or a 9 or 10, and did Tank go from, like, a 1 to
I think they. I would have to give Devin a 10.
Oh, wow.
I would have to. I mean, yeah, I would have to give him I ain't gonna say a 10. I would say something real close, 9.5. I would have to give that to him.
What about Tank?
Tank, I'll have to give him 8 because the fact that he's not a real world champion. But we all know he could be one, you know what I'm saying? Look what he did to Ryan, you know what I'm saying? He's beating everybody that put in front of him. But the fact that he hasn't been a real world champion, I got to give him 8.
So if they faced each other, and regardless of you seeing the sparring in person and understand that was years ago.
I would lean more towards Devin.
Wow.
I would lean more. Devin throws punches. He's going to be in tip-top shape, mentally strong. He believes he can win. And, yeah, I would lean more. But with Tank, you can't. Tank got that bomb, you know what I'm saying? But if I had to put money on it, I would put it on. I would put my money on Devin.
When you were in that room, in the clips that circulated, are we able to see you? Can we play like a game of Waldo? Like,
nah,
where's Lonnie being there?
Like every time I was always like low, like I was always like low. Like I'm always in the back low because all the commotion thing wasn't really my scene. So when I was at Mayweather, I always played it low, played it cool. Till somebody wanted to spar me, then it's turn up time. But besides that, I was always like chill, cool, low. I really wasn't like trying to be on the camera, all in the mix. You know what I'm saying? A couple people caught me on 24/7, and I'm like kind of like trying to not be seen. You know, I seen you on 24/7. I'm like, oh, you did for real? Like, yeah, I see you right there. I'm like, oh, you got good eyes. So I was definitely.
But you didn't want to jump on the ropes and watch it like straight on, like as a fight fan. Like how big was that?
It was mad people in there. I'll tell you that. The gym was packed. Like it was packed. Like that type of stuff never really was my thing because it's like I feel like ain't nobody getting paid for it, and it's a whole bunch of people around that never laced up a pair of gloves in their life, screaming and barking out orders and talking about what need to be happening, what need. You know what I'm saying? Like, please, you on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? Watching me put up 50 points, screaming out, I'm a bum. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really get caught up in stuff like that. Like, I never did. That was never really my thing. My thing was, let's fight. Let's fight. I'm not, like, boxers, we don't do that for people's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I'll entertain you as long as you pay me for it. You know what I'm saying? So that type of stuff was never really my thing anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was never really my thing anyway. So...
My last set of questions on the whole sparring situation and whatnot, just to truly justify and clarify, was anyone out, like out cold, out on their feet? Was there any moments of...
No, nobody was out cold. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was out cold. I mean, anybody can get buzzed with a shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think taking buzz, Devin, but it's fighting. You fight long enough, anybody get buzzed, especially in sparring. You know what I'm saying? I got buzzed the other day by Coach K's fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got buzzed the other day. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so anybody can get buzzed. Like that don't matter. I want to see them fight. Like, I want to see the actual fight when it counts. When it counts, when it go into the history books. Like, that's what I want. And I believe that's what everybody else want to see too. Like, I think the sparring make people really want to see it now.
I mean, that's the reason why I'm
yeah,
so
like,
in depth.
You know what I'm saying?
Because that's the closest that we can get to it. Because potentially, you know, like it happened twice, and
yeah, like that'd be a big fight. And I think the sparring is make people want to see it more. Like that was then. I want to look at Devin now. He's a grown man now. So if Tank can do that now, Tank a bad man.
Did Devin ever buzz Tank? Because I know Broner mentioned that if they have headgear at one shot, Devin could have took him completely out.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't.
It was just Tank all the way. And it's
yeah,
okay.
And honestly, I really can't like really. I kind of like vaguely remember it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying. Cause I've seen so many sparring sessions in there. I seen one sparring session I remember clearly, but I ain't gonna say it on camera. I seen Devin put hands on somebody. I'm talking about hands, like, whoa.
And this is a fighter of elite stature.
Elite stature. And I'm like, yo, that's when I knew Devin was like that. I'm like, nah, Devin is really, really like that.
And that's post-Tank, right? Like, clearly.
Yeah, that was after Tank. Like, I see him put hands on somebody. Hands. I'm sitting there like, yo, nah, this kid is it.
And if that version of Devin fought, like, that day when you fought Tank, it would have been...
I think it would be a completely different story.
Wow. So it's
like I seen him put hands. I'm talking about hands. I'm like, whoa, that's when I knew Devin was it. I said, nah, Devin going far. If he stay focused and not get caught up in all the antics and stay a fighter, he can go down as one of the greats.
Well, and the reason why I asked about if he was able to clip Tank is that the power difference, right? People say that Tank's power is next level. And so at this point in Devin's career, I mean, he hasn't had a tremendous amount of knockouts in his recent fights, but, you know, he's fought like guys like Lomachenko, who's never been knocked out.
Right.
He's never been
he's
knocked
fighting
out.
real guys. Like, when you fight them real guys, it's very seldom you see somebody get knocked out cold. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Tank can't punch, though. Tank got that bomb. I can't take that away. Tank got that bomb. Tank, if you fall asleep on Tank gonna put you to sleep for real. Like, so I just want to see the fight. Honestly, I just really want to see the fight. Like, I just want to see it.